Good evening, everyone. This is Shawn Batchelor. Welcome to my week 4 review video for Java 2, term 1503. So I got 4 apps this week, and I'm going to go through them one by one. Just the case studies before the first one that I used, the case study one, I used a spinner to implement the listings of the teams, baseball teams. So I have, I thought that was the best way to represent it because you can add several items to the list and then still have an easy accessible way to access it from the action bar. So I have my teams right here. You can pick a team and it displays the members of that team. And these are supposed to be baseball teams, but they are based on the names of countries. So that's how I wanted to do it. So USA. So you can see right there, the action bar spinner that works fine for that application. The next one I want to go over is the tabs, and this one was for the weather app. So design the weather app. It has 3 screens. So according to the specifications, you shouldn't use too many screens for the tabs. So you can see all 3 screens right there, and this would be pulling API if it was programmed API data if it was programmed that way. So I have detail screen right here, the first tab with the detailed weather info, and then I have an hourly screen. So if you have a hourly forecast, it would show you on the hourly tab, and then weekly tab gives you a calendar view for the week of weather right here. So that's that one, and it's just using the nav tabs. The next one I want to show you is navigation drawer. So I found this one, it has 4 screens, so that would be too many for the tab. It would make them smaller than they need to be and not suitable for the spinner. So I thought the nav drawer was perfect for this weather app. So you can select a main news, sorry, not weather app, I misspoke, the news app. Main news, that you get a detailed view of the news stories. And then if you go news right here, it gives you recent. This is the news tab, so it gives you recent news. If you go to the image tab, it gives you a gallery of images, and you go to the settings, you're able to change the settings on the app, and I put just a little switch in there just to demonstrate that. So that's pretty much it. I believe the proper navigation type were chosen, and they were all implemented properly with custom fragments, and I'll show you the custom fragments briefly. This is my main Java for the tabs app, and here I have my custom fragments in each of them: hourly fragment, weekly, and the detailed. All right, so that's the tabs app. Let's go with the spinner app. So this is the spinner application here, and in this activity I have custom tabs also, sorry, custom fragments. So here I have the fragments for each team. And then in the third case study, this is the navigation drawer, and I'll also have custom fragments in here. Here we go. So this is the news main, news recent, news image, and news settings. So that's all of them. I did customize it, didn't use the basic info from the template. So application uses correct navigation style. Application properly implements the construct as defined by the parameters for all 3 case studies. Now the last one I want to go over is my action bar activity. And for this one, we're required to create at least 2 screens, a list screen and an add screen. So on the list screen, I just use the precedents that we have from a zip activity from FSO, because it's a good list, representative of several items. So on the list screen, there's a list of presidents, and you can, let's do add first. On the action bar, there's an add button. If you click on add, it'll take you to the add screen where you can enter a president. So let's enter a random name right here. Okay, I guess we'll have a president Shekels Fungi. So as you can see, President Shekels Fungi is added to the list right there. All right, so it doesn't make sense. I want to delete it. So I'll long press on Mr. Shekels Fungi, and my contextual action bar pops up with a button that says delete this. So if I click on delete this, it closes the contextual action bar, it updates the list, and removes the item from the list. So now we're at the last president, current president, which is President Obama. All right, so that's the add and the delete. And the last thing I want to show you is, okay, so say I added a president again. President ductwork infielding. All right, so you can see I have president ductwork infielding on my list, and I can select the overflow, and then I have a settings option that says reset list. If I click on reset list, you can see Mr. Infielder does not exist anymore because the list was reset to the default. And that's pretty much it according to what was required. So let's see the rubric points for that. Action bars properly utilized for the new save primary action item. So you can see we had the add and then we had the save, and it's utilized with the action bar. Overflow section is properly utilized for the reset form. And another thing that I wanted to show you is you can actually reset the form from my add screen too. So if I added a president on it and save it, you can see it's on my list. President didn't. Go back to my add screen. So I can actually select the overflow from my add screen also, and then click on reset list. And that would reload the list screen and reset my list. So it doesn't have president didn't on it anymore. Final talking point. Contextual action bar is properly started on a long press of a list item and closed once the user selects an action. Yes, it does that. The correct item is deleted from the list when selecting the delete action, and the list is automatically updated to reflect this change. And that is exactly what happened. So now let me just give you a brief demonstration of my code. I have 4 Java activities, my add fragment, my list activity, and my list fragment. So in my list activity right here, I set up the actions for the results of the clicks that I want. My list fragment, a couple things happen, including setting up my adapter right there, preparing for my action mode, delete the item from the list, and then destroying the cab on close. In my add activity, I set up the results for the actions in the menu, and I put the value of the text entered through an intent to pass it to the list activity class. And then in my add fragment is where I inflate the view for the add fragment. And then I have a few menu items right here. I have my contextual action bar menu. I also have my main menu and my add menu because I have 3 different menus in there. And then my layout files, as you can see, for the activity add list and my fragment add. So anyway, the app works as it was prescribed. Hopefully I hit all the points. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Shawn Batchelor, and this is my week 4 review for Java 2 term 1503. Thank you.